Welcome to the Pink Comfy Couch, where I'm going to talk about whatever I want on my pink comfy couch that I got off Facebook Marketplace. Today I want to talk about the passing of Hayden Panettiere and Demi Lovato and how they intersect. Because when we talk about Hayden Panettiere and her passing, first of all, devastating. The baddies are in mourning right now. Okay, if you're a bad, right, you've been in deep thought, right? The thought daughters have been thoughting lately about this particular situation. It has been like particularly jarring, like we see celebrities passing intermittently, throughout the years, but I know for me and a lot of young women online, her death has been like particularly thought-provoking. I particularly loved Raising Helen. She had that round, sort of chubby face. So I think that even if you were thin, because she was thin in her body, but she had these round cheeks, like I think so many different girls of so many different backgrounds really identified with her. And Hayden Panettiere was beloved to the Black community, like beloved, whether that be because of Remember the Titans or Bring It On All or Nothing. Man, she was honorary, she was honorary to us. As a self-proclaimed thought daughter, how this ties into Demi Lovato for me is, I guess Hayden had some issues with substance abuse. And now I don't believe the cause of death has been put out, or it may have been, but a lot of people have been associating her death with the use of like drugs and alcohol and like substances. Now, she may have had some struggles with that in the past. Whether or not that was the thing that caused her death, that was something that she struggled with a lot in the past. And so when you take these two characters, like Hayden Panettiere, Demi Lovato, I watched the Demi Lovato documentary Dancing with the Devil again yesterday, actually. I had watched it on Friday at work, and then my friends came over and we watched it on Saturday just because I had been talking about it with them, and it's such a good little documentary. I could like watch it pretty frequently. It's very interesting. People really, I think, take for granted that Demi very well could have been like any one of these celebrities where we're posting the RIP, everybody's got condolences and things to say. She almost lost her life. Like, she was dead and they brought her back to life, and the fact that she's able to sing, be an artist as she is, like, it is amazing. It's incredible. If you've seen that documentary, then you know how close to death she truly was. So I feel like a lot of people were judgmental in that time, or I'll say some were very judgmental in that time to her, and weren't as sympathetic, right? When Mac Miller died, when Juice WRLD died, when any one of these artists dies, man, everybody has a lot of sympathy, a lot of empathy, they've got a lot of kind words. But when they live, now it's time to scrutinize their decisions because they made it through. I say all this to say that we need to give Demi her flowers now, because I have seen so many people like outpouring for love with Hayden since she's passed away. I don't think that even myself, I understood how many people really truly loved Hayden Panettiere. Like, she was always one of my tops. Like, if anybody ever brought her up, I would be like, oh, I love her. Like, like that's kind of how you react to her, like, oh my gosh, I love her. Oh my gosh, I love you, I love you. Yeah, I think that she died not knowing how beloved she was. Some people die knowing that they're an icon, knowing that they're a legend. But I think that she died not knowing how much people truly loved her and how much people wanted to see her get her flowers, how much people loved a lot of the movies that she made, and how much she was a really like positive figure that a lot of people looked up to. I think that when we talk about the situation with Hayden Panettiere, the thing that I have to say is, well, let's give our flowers to our celebrities that we almost lost, or that we could lost, or anybody that you really love in this life, whose media that you consume. Like, man, show love, because when they pass away, you're gonna want to jump on the bandwagon and say, oh, RIP this person, RIP that person, this and that. And I don't want to say RIP in association with her, because I don't even want to put that on her body. Our girl Demi, she's married. Like, I mean, she looks the best she's ever looked. It seems like she is doing so awesome. I love that. No matter what the situation is with her, man, it ebbs and flows. I understand that. I've had my own issues with addiction. She looks like she's living a beautiful life. So happy for that. But I genuinely really appreciate Demi Lovato and the way that every time she's had some sort of a relapse, she's came out and she's talked about it honestly, and she's owned it, and she's taken accountability. We're about the same age. We're age peers technically, but since she was somebody that grew up on the TV screen, like, she's somebody that I kind of look up to and look at in that regard. I put out the video recently talking about girls with rounder faces in the 2000s and the 2010s, and how I really identified with them and they made me feel better about my body. And so I think that Demi is definitely one of those people, whether you want to argue if she was fat at the time or not, she wasn't actually fat at the time. The whole point of that video was that she wasn't fat, I wasn't fat, none of us were fat. We thought we were fat because of the way that it was socialized, right? That kind of went over a lot of people's heads. But at the end of the day, Demi Lovato is somebody who I really look at, super strong voice, super strong artist and creative, just like Hayden was. And we almost lost her. And I don't think that she's really gotten her flowers the way she needs to. Give the people in your life, the people whose media you consume, artists, celebrities, whatever it is, man, give them flowers. Call me something sweet, you know, something like that. I think it's so important to be honest about how much people and things mean to you while they're here, because nothing lasts forever. And we see that, and you know, we're kind of cyclically reacting to these celebrity deaths, but we're not giving more care and grace while they're here. So that's why I think it's a good kind of comparison, Hayden versus Demi, because Demi was, man, she was on the brink. We almost lost her. And I think people take that for granted. And I just hope that she knows, like, man, how iconic she is. And conversely, I hope that Hayden knew, but I just don't think, like, the outpouring that we've seen has just been unreal. And so I think there's no way she could have known how beloved she was. She was so cute. Like, she was the cutest. That's all I have to say.